There we go. Hello. Let's see. I forgot my rubber band. Yikes. Yarman. I was looking for my rubber band, you guys. Hey, everybody. I don't know why I'm small. I don't know why I am small. Hey, everyone. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I realized that how's everybody doing? Thank you, Melissa. That's good to hear because I was feeling kind of I was feeling a little bit discouraged today, I don't know. I woke up and I got thrown off again by daylight savings. I always do, even though I know it's coming, but I always get thrown off by it. Hey, Twitch fam. Yes, Twitch fam. We're all complaining about daylight savings. Same. Yeah, so I woke up already feeling like thrown off because of daylight savings, and then also just like generally feeling just I don't know, sometimes you just wake up and you're feeling discouraged, I just feel a little discouraged today. But I know that feelings aren't always facts, and you can feel a certain way and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that that's what's happening or that that's the reality. Yeah, because that's actually from the recovery community. Even though you hear that Ben Shapiro co-opted it and did the whole facts don't care about your feelings routine, but actually that feelings aren't facts, like saying comes from recovery rooms. I have a rash, but otherwise super duper. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think it's hard, honestly, sometimes because I feel like I'm constantly going up against everything and being targeted and just feeling like I'm constantly like going up, pushing up against things, pushing up against things. And then just feeling constantly targeted and it's a little discouraging sometimes. So I just had one of those days. I know it'll pass. But I was just having one of those mornings where I was just feeling a little down, feeling a little discouraged. But I don't let it stay that way, That's what they want. That's what they want. Okay, so somebody in the Discord community sent me a ringtone. And I thought that was pretty funny. Of a ringtone of me saying Hamas. Somebody made it. I thought that was pretty funny. No, I wouldn't. If you could punch, that's such a weird thing to ask. Laura Lomer, would you? No, I wouldn't, because I don't think that violence is an effective strategy for anything. Hey, Johan, coming from Twitch. Yes. Yes. All right, I'm going to have to listen to that later. Somebody wrote me this in the Discord, but I don't want to lose her either. She's like, I don't want to lose your attention. I'm like, right. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to lose it either. So I'll have to make sure to bookmark that and check out what she sent me later. It is kind of funny though, seeing Laura Loomer whining about people criticizing Zionism. It's like, they're so, like, Zionists are so tired. Hey, everyone. Yeah, I'm just like, they're always so tired. It's always the same shit. It's always the same complaining shit. Like, acting like they're victims of something, like her getting into it with Candace Owens, acting like that they're some kind of a victim of, like, a victim of what? You literally openly call for turning Gaza into a parking lot, and then you're crying about people not being pro-Israeli regime. Oh, yeah. Hey, old Boney Bird. I actually was thinking about you the other day, and I was like, I should ask old Boney Bird if they're okay with me calling them Birdie, because it's quicker. It's an easier nickname than having to say old Boney Bird every time. But it's up to you, however you would like to be addressed. What was I going to say? I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, so that's the thing that's really getting on my nerves is Zionists whining and crying about, like Zionists whining and crying about, like, oh, it's so unfair. People are always criticizing the Israeli regime. Nah. When it's like, bro, you literally get on here like it ain't no thing and call for the destruction of Gaza. Like, you literally get on here and are like, yeah, we should turn Gaza into a parking lot. Like it ain't no thing. Saying the most genocidal shit. And then you're crying because you feel like people aren't being nice enough to the Israeli regime. Oh, okay. I mean, I can say Boney if that's what you like too. Boney or Birdie. Boney's chilled. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. I'll do Boney. um Hey Corden, how's it going? How's everyone doing today? I know I was just telling chat that I didn't have the greatest morning. I woke up just feeling a little down, a little discouraged, just with everything that's been happening, and just feeling always like I'm pushing up, 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 and it's just always getting attacked. It's just a little tiring, but good Sunday. Yes. Oh, Saul, are you talking about the one that I just posted? I just posted the one about Chris Cuomo, or are you talking about the one I made like a year ago? Because I posted a lot about the student protests last year when they were happening, but I also just posted one dismantling Chris Cuomo, Chris Fredo. The 11-minute one. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I know. Sometimes people, especially on my other platforms where the content is usually like made for shorter, like TikTok, will be like, or Instagram will be like, oh, your video's so long. It's so long. It's like, okay, but sometimes it needs to be long if you are, if you have a lot to say about this. Okay. Which I absolutely did, because it was such an egregious segment. It was such a lie. It was such an egregious segment, so chock full of lies that like I literally couldn't make it any shorter. Like I had to make it as long as I did because it was so fucking out of control. So, oh, thanks, BCat. I mean, for the most part, I think like it's okay. I just like it's sometimes I think it's just sometimes a little overwhelming because you feel like you're just like constantly getting hit at and you don't and then it's like on top of that, it's like the gaslighting too. So like you're getting attacked from every angle from people, from Zionists, from companies and the social media platforms themselves that are constantly trying to hit you and censor you and keep you quiet. And then they all try to gaslight you and act like actually they're the victims. And actually, it's just like, it's just tiring. That's what Yes. That's really good theater. I like that. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Yeah, and honestly, then I saw a video and it honestly low-key just kind of annoyed me because I was like, yeah, that's easy for you to say because you don't do anything that actually like the powers that be don't like. So I saw this video of this guy on TikTok and he was basically like bragging about how much money he made on TikTok and social media platforms and brand deals and all this stuff like that. And good for him, whatever. I'm not hating on him for doing that, but it was what was annoying me was him acting like he was doing something life-changing and encouraging people to do the same thing when all of his content is totally vapid. Like it's totally vapid. It's all just like status quo, corporate promotion of products, promotion of corporations, never says anything political, never says anything about what's happening in the world. And he was like bragging about what a great 2024 he had and how successful he was and how much money he made. And I was like, again, I'm not hating on this guy for like making money. I'm hating on him for acting like or getting annoyed for him acting like he was doing something really out of the box. He was doing something really brave. He just worked so hard and that was the reason why. And it's like, no, bro, you had a massive leg up because you don't challenge anyone. That's why. You don't talk about anything that means anything. You talk about products you're shilling, products you're promoting. So of course that's brand safe. Of course it's brand safe. Of course they're going to be happy to pay you a lot of money and give you brand deals when you're not saying anything that means anything to anybody. And you didn't go through anything in 2024. So of course your 2024 was great. How was 2024 for people around the world, for people in America, for students that had their heads bashed in and got expelled from Columbia? Get out of here. Yes, I did. I want to see that. And again, just to be clear, I'm not hating on this guy for the fact that he had a good year. I'm hating on him for insinuating that he did something very unique and people can just replicate that. When if he was being honest, he would say, well, yeah, the reason why this is so lucrative for me and why I'm able to do this is because I'm brand safe. I don't talk about anything that might piss someone off, that might piss a corporation off, that might piss a, platform owner off. So that's why. Just be real about it. Just be real about it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. No, of course he sells a course. They always sell a course. They always sell a course without fail. They always sell a course. It's always a course, crypto, like. Yeah, which again, I'm not even hating on if somebody wants to do that. If that's what you want to do, you want to just do bullshit, milquetoast, corporate, we shill products from every corporation that'll give us a brand deal. Fine. Fine. But then don't come on here and act like you're doing something revolutionary, that you overcame the odds, that you really overcame something. What did you overcome? You did everything that our establishment loves. You're not going to be censored for that. You're going to be paid for that. And that's exactly what happened. It's kind of the same thing that I was complaining about yesterday in my video about Chris Cuomo, how I was saying I can't stand when people act like they're doing something brave when what they're doing is mainstream. It's the same vibe. I can't stand when somebody is like, let me give you great advice on all my success, when like what they're doing is totally status quo. They're not doing anything out of the box. You selling your course is not out of the box. You're doing exactly what they all do. So just say that. Just say that. Just don't act like you're doing something that's really, really hard and out of the box, bro. Just like Chris Cuomo. Don't act like you're fucking doing something brave by trashing the pro-Palestine students and shilling for the Israeli regime and repeating their lies. Like, that's not brave. Hold on a sec. All right, guys, just hold on. I'll be right back. I got to let my dog out. Maybe we can watch the Sam Cedar Jubilee thing. If it's up. Is it out? Is the Jubilee thing out? Yarman! It's okay, huh? Yarman! My dog is being so annoying. Anyway, is it up yet? Yarman! Yeah. It's okay. My dog is so dramatic. He always gets really upset. Wait. I was 2.5 years clean. That's so amazing. One day at a time. That's right. We do recover. Yay. That's awesome, Boney. That's amazing. 2.5 years. That is for me, the first couple years were obviously the hardest, the first year being definitely the hardest, but yeah, it gets better. That's what I will tell you. It gets better. It really does as time goes on. Thank you, Boney, by the way, for putting the Twitch stream in Discord. Yeah, same. It's funny because the first year I was sober was incredibly difficult and I was miserable every single day. Miserable every single day. I did not want to stop. I did not. I did not want to be sober. I did not want to give it up. But now that I've been sober for a while, like I'm so grateful for it and I would not want to go back. Yeah, that's a really funny profile picture. That's exactly how I felt. Forget about not being able to imagine not having fun. I couldn't even do my dishes without drinking. Literally, like I couldn't do anything without drinking. The thought of giving up drinking actually made me want to die because everything was so miserable. I couldn't do anything without it. Anything. So yeah, I remember that feeling. And also I didn't think I could. I literally was like, I can't. I could never. It is thank you. And thank you for spelling my name right. Yarman. I do. I didn't know you stream here. Thank you. I've reacted to your content in my channel at least 100 times. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Awesome. Glad you're here. Yeah, okay, I want to watch this Jubilee thing. Just curious why you like Sam Cedar so much. Well, first of all, Sam Cedar's not responsible for Emma Vigeland's bad takes. Like, I mean, he's not responsible for them. Second of all, I can appreciate somebody doing good political analysis in other areas, even if I don't agree with their political analysis in other areas. So, I don't agree with the conclusion that either of them came out to during the election. Obviously, I came to the opposite conclusion that I wasn't going to vote for Kamala Harris, but I said from jump, I understand why people did. I understand why people did. I'm not one of those people that's going to be like, oh, well, you didn't vote exactly the way I wanted you to vote. Ergo, I never want to talk to you again. I never want to hear from you again. And I'm never going to consider any of your analysis on anything ever again because you didn't vote the way I did. Like, I don't agree with everything that Sam Cedar says. I don't agree with everything Emma Vigeland says. Not only on the election, I just saw 2 takes Emma Vigeland had last week that I thought were horrible. Horrible. 2 things. Now, I like Emma. I like some of Emma's takes, and I think she seems like she's being I think that she in a lot of ways has good takes on things, but then she'll also have really bad takes on things. Like just last week, like I said, she had 2 horrible takes that I literally couldn't get over. One of them being she said we should have Nazi laws like Germany, like anti-Nazi laws like Germany. I couldn't believe she said that, like for fucking real. Like what? Why? Why would you say something like that? Why would you advocate for fucking speech laws here in the US? Like absolutely not. Insane. And then the other day she shared a tweet of this woman possibly getting a concussion or some kind of traumatic brain injury in sports by a trans woman and was and wrote ha 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 laughing about it. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you trying to make us look bad? Like, are you trying to make us look bad? Like, are you trying to make us look like everything the right-wing lunatics and hysterics and transphobes say about us. Because this isn't helping. I think you're missing the point. You just said, first of all, you're better than them. Your show doesn't need them. Okay, I appreciate that, but also to me, that is so missing the point. This isn't about me needing them. What do you mean need them? I don't even know what you mean need them. What do I need them for? I just wanted to like watch some of what Sam Cedar said because he's debating conservatives who I oppose. So when he debates conservatives, he always makes really good points. And I mostly usually agree with him when he's debating conservatives because I oppose them. Also, I don't like when people say, like, this is the mindset that I'm not down with, like being like, oh, you're better than, I'm not better than them. I think I have some better takes. I think that some of my positions are better that I don't agree with them on. But I don't understand this, like, don't even show something you agree with of theirs because you're better or you're not better or they're better. Like, that is the wrong mindset to me. Yeah, honestly, never fail. You're not getting it. Like, you're just not getting the point. To say you're plugging them, you don't need them to be interested. Your youth seem to think that I'm plugging them because I need them for my stream, when in actuality, you think I have a goal I don't have. This isn't about plugging anyone. It's not about trying to get people to think my stream is interesting. It's about what I think is interesting or what I think is good to talk about. But no one's telling you you have to like Sam. Literally, like, okay, you know what I need? I need you to be okay with the fact that not everyone is for everyone. Okay? Not everybody's for everyone. You don't have to like Sam. But that doesn't mean that I have to hate him. You see? Just because you don't like Sam, which is fine, you don't have to like them. Doesn't mean that I have to hate them. Exactly this. Like, I feel like your attitude toward it, never fall seems to be incorrect. Like, you think that I am doing this because I think, oh, I need Sam Cedar or I need his like, no, it's literally not that complex. It's not that complicated. It's that I wanted to react to his content the same way I love reacting to all different other types of people's content so I can give my opinion on it. Like, that's it. That's it. It's really not that deep. Yes, I am. I am going to be on Due Distance later. I'm going on their show at 8:45 Eastern time tonight. Yes. 8:45 Eastern time tonight. So if you don't already follow me on Rumble, you definitely should, because I'm pretty sure that this is going to be exclusive to Rumble. No, actually, okay, some really cringe person also wrote on this is what I'm saying about people being like and I'm not saying you're saying this, never fall, but I saw a comment like this today, and to me it was just so like cringe. Like, so all right, hold on, let me share this. Okay, so Due Dissidents posted that I was going to be coming on their show tonight. And whoever this person is, Norman Finkelstein's Stan account wrote, you should play this video and ask her, by the way, misgendering me. That's not cute. It's they. why she was doing DNC's dirty work for them during the election season. Because I made a video criticizing Jill Stein for her shitty interview with Mehdi Hassan. I got news for you. Guy who wrote this. I don't give a fuck if you think that me criticizing Jill Stein is doing the dirty work of the Democrats. It was a shitty interview, so I criticized it. I don't work for the Green Party either. So, yeah. If you think that I'm going to do cheerleading for your preferred candidate, you would be incorrect. So, yeah, I criticized that because I thought it was bad. It was a shitty interview. It's just so embarrassing. And then when I said, I wrote back on that, I'm not interested in doing uncritical propaganda for any candidate. And then he wrote, interesting, because you did exactly that for a Democrat. Here you are doing lesser evil shaming. Oh my gosh. And then it just keeps going and going and going. Saying that I also got excited for Tim fucking Walz, blah, blah, blah. Like going on and on and on, having a serious problem, which apparently this person doesn't understand. That I never said, not once, never, that I wouldn't vote for a Democrat. I have voted for Democrats. Yeah, I voted for Democrats. I voted for the Democratic Socialist candidates in the last election. Never said I wouldn't. Also, he thinks this is a gotcha when my struggle over who I was going to vote for, whether to vote for Kamala Harris or not, even though I didn't like Kamala Harris, was very out in the open in public. So this guy thinks that he's doing a gotcha, but it's not a gotcha because I was always open about the fact that I wasn't sure who I was going to vote for because I didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris because of the genocide in Gaza. But I also was afraid of Trump getting elected because of what I knew he would do. So I struggled pretty openly with that. And then in the end, I decided that I couldn't vote for Kamala Harris because they made no effort to stop the genocide or even pretend that they were going to stop the genocide. That is the reason why I ended up not voting for her. It's really that simple. Never, ever said, I think it's awesome that he got released. He should have been released a long time ago. Anyway, the point is, I ended up voting for Claudia de la Cruz in the election. And I don't regret not voting for Kamala Harris. But I'm always going to get people that are going to be crying about it. And they can cry about it. They can cry all day. People who are mad on the liberal side, the blue MAGA side, that are crying about it because they're mad that I didn't vote for Kamala Harris. People like this guy who's crying about it because I criticized Jill Stein and I publicly said I struggled with who I was going to vote for and ended up voting for Claudia de la Cruz and then defended Jamal Bowman. Yeah, you're fucking damn right I did because I'm tired of AIPAC controlling our elections. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that AIPAC has so much sway and control over our elections. What's the problem, Donna? The problem is this person thinks that they're doing a gotcha because they're ideologically captured into thinking that I need to be ideologically captured with them. I don't. No, I literally don't. Not only did I say that I was angry about what happened with Jamal Bowman because of the fact that I'm tired of people talking about how we need to confront AIPAC and then they all go and vote for AIPAC candidates. And they let the person who didn't take AIPAC money lose. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This person thought that they ate They didn't eat, especially since, like I said, that might work with somebody who maybe is very ideologically captured and claims to be a certain ideology. I don't. I never said I didn't vote for Democrats in the past. I never said I wouldn't vote for a Democrat in the future. I said I wasn't going to vote for Kamala Harris in the end, despite the fact that I publicly struggled with it because of the genocide. Period. Anyway. Yeah, honestly, what's probably going to happen is Don Jr. will run in 2028. All right. What I would love to see is a new party, a Labor Party. That's what I feel like we need. If we even have another election. Yeah, like a workers' party. Yeah, but honestly, people are going to do what they do. That's why I find it's like, whatever. This was a similar thing. This happened around the time where I got dogpiled by a lot of people, around the time that Kamala Harris was nominated and around the time that she picked Tim Walz, because I said that Tim Walz was a good choice for that at the time, because of the legislation that he oversaw and passed in Minnesota. And people cried over that. And then, like I said, as I continued to struggle with whether or not who I was going to vote for, there were a lot of people on the left that attacked me just like this. Attacked me, cried about the fact that, like, saying that I was, like, shilling for the Democrats and whatever. But, the thing is that I have learned, especially since I get attacked by Zionists every way to Sunday, all day, every day, is that there are people that it doesn't matter what the facts are, what the nuance is, what you've clarified. They are committed to misunderstanding. They are committed to misunderstanding. Also, a lot of these people think that I should be, like, defending the Green Party. I don't fucking like the Green Party. I'm not a Green Party member, not a fan. The Green Party doesn't even have a fucking functioning presence in New York State. I don't give a fuck about the Green Party. So no, I don't owe you defending them. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, let me make something super clear. Maybe though for this guy who is using Norm Finkelstein's name and using the watermelon incorrectly, okay? Let me make something super clear. I am not a part of any party. I'm not a Green Party member. I'm not a member of DSA anymore. I used to be a member of DSA, but they were getting on my fucking nerves, so I didn't renew my membership. Like, I'm not a member of a party. What I would like to see is a new party. I will vote on the issues. That's how I'm going to vote. I will vote on the issues. Now, in New York, if you want to vote for a certain party, you have to register as that party. But yeah, when it comes to, like, the issues, like this last election, I voted for the DSA candidates that were running in our local offices for state legislature and state senate. For the state senate, I mean in the state house. And I voted for Brad Lander. And that was it. I didn't vote at the federal level because all the federal level candidates were the hacks that were empowering Kamala Harris to lose the election. I will vote until we get like a third party that's actually like a labor party or a working party. Then I'm just going to vote like for whatever the issues are. I always say, and I've always said, I don't think voting is the end all be all, but I think that it's a tool that should be used. So as long as we have it, we should use it alongside every other type of activism that we're doing. No, like, I just don't, what is, like, also, like, why aren't there more organizations fighting on behalf of the left? You know what I mean? Like, I was talking about this just earlier because of the story. I don't know if you guys saw the story of the guy who just got, they're saying they're revoking his green card because he participated in a protest. Yeah, and was detained by ICE. Excuse me. What I want to know is, why don't any of these groups ever use their resources for this? Where are the lawyers? Where are the civil rights lawyers? Where's the ACLU? Where are the free speech organizations? Where's FIRE? Where are the independent lawyers? You know how there's always conservative lawyers that show up out of nowhere? There's always like neocon lawyers or conservative lawyers that show up out of nowhere. Where are the lawyers defending their civil rights? Why doesn't the Green? I know the Green Party is a party. They're not like a civil rights or a organization like that, but why don't they use some of their clout to talk about things like this? And maybe they are. I don't know. But I just feel like there is not nearly enough of this type of action on the left. Whenever you see somebody like this getting their rights assaulted on the left, all of a sudden there's no free speech organizations. All of a sudden there's no civil rights organizations. All of a sudden there's no pro bono lawyers. Where's somebody defending him? Especially since he is a green card holder, he's a permanent resident. So what the fuck are they doing? Well, we run a 501c3 NPO that houses women and kids, and 1% of the orgs that house trans women. You just yelled at us. Who's us and who was I yelling at? I never fall. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who is, first of all, who was I yelling at? Like I wasn't yelling at you. Us and our org. Are you the Green Party? I didn't even know you. Okay, bro. How could I yell at your organization when I didn't even know you had an organization until 2.5 seconds ago when I just read your comment? Like you just said you have a organization. How could I possibly be yelling at your org when I didn't even know you had an organization until 2.5 seconds ago? And I wasn't yelling at you earlier about Sam Cedar. I said it was totally fine if you didn't like him. I said if you don't like Sam Cedar, that's cool, that's fine, but that doesn't mean that I have to hate him. Lol. I like I just like how they act like oh my gosh, Canary Mission, which is basically just like a terrorist organization that harasses and doxes people. But I love how they act like it's something very scary and serious that people are just like basically banging a drum. But I wasn't irked at you. I wasn't mad at you. I wasn't irked at you. I wasn't yelling at you. I said earlier, like, it's fine if you don't like Sam Cedar, but it doesn't mean that I have to hate him. That's all I was saying. What I was getting irked at or criticizing was the person in my Twitter comments getting all, oh yeah, about Jill Stein. That's what I was getting annoyed at. That wasn't directed at you. I didn't even know you ran an organization. DHS detained Mahmoud Khalil, a Palestinian activist and Columbia University student, last night, declaring his visa had been revoked. He has a green card, not a visa, and is a lawful permanent resident. Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is what I'm saying. Like, we need to get the lawyers and the First Amendment places like the ACLU out here because they need to get the ACLU out here because this is literally a violation of his First Amendment rights. Jeffrey Sachs is at Columbia. Wait, where did I miss that comment? Hold on. No, the comment went too fast. Here we go. Jeffrey Sachs is at Columbia right now? This is the kind of thing that makes me feel like I'm not like even upset if Bricks, takes over or whatever, because I'm like, how could you be so evil that you are going to block all the things that the US continually helps block? A Palestinian state, a ceasefire. Like, it's so evil. Like, fine, the US should be kicked out of the UN. Oh, he's a professor at Columbia. Okay. I didn't know that. Interesting. Yeah, I want to yeah, no, for real. They both should get kicked out, like for real. Oh yeah, I saw that, Boney. Did you see, guys, yesterday too, that there was a guy in London that like scaled, I don't know, was it Big Ben? Was it Big Ben that they scaled? And he did it like barefoot? No, I know. I like when people are like, yeah, I like when people are like, that's why everybody's becoming socialist and communist in the country, the takeover of the communist Chinese party. When, like, in actuality, most Americans who have a problem with what's going on in the country don't even know what any of those things mean. They just know that our current system isn't working. So if you're really that concerned about capitalism, you maybe would not make it so unbearable for everybody and make it so that people can't go to school or get a house or get a car, start a family. It's not communist in China that's turning people against our current system. It's people's lived experience. Yeah. That's amazing.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Bro, how did
Free the Filton 18!
How did he get up there?
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Bro, that's amazing.
Free the Filton 18!
Free the what? No, I want to see another. That's amazing too. What is this? Oh, this is them taking him down.
For the last time after hours and hours worth, the clock struck midnight that we saw the foot of this man leave that stone for the last time after hours and hours worth of time sitting on the Elizabeth Tower with that pro-Palestine flag, which we can see
That's amazing.
being flown from the top of that cherry picker. I'm going to pause for just 1 second so you can hear a little bit of the noise behind me. At the moment, people are here cheering on this individual as he is lowered down on the cherry picker. This has been a standoff between this individual and between emergency services today. He has been.
I'm sorry, that's amazing. And I'm also like really wanting to understand how the fuck he got up there. How did you get up there? It's not like, how do you scale Big Ben? That's amazing.
Up there since 7:30 a.m. and has refused to come down.
Also, that is an incredible commitment. I really appreciate that level of commitment. He went up there at 7 a.m. and didn't come down until after midnight. Like, bruh, that is an impressive level of commitment. Yeah, he was barefoot for like, what was that? 16 hours? That's amazing. That is amazing. It's 10 degrees Celsius here too right now. Oh, I always get the conversions wrong. What's Celsius in degrees? Sorry, I got to let my dog out. Hold on. I'm coming home. Yarman. It's how much? Oh, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay.
Emergency services have had negotiators up there in that cherry picker with him, trying to encourage him down with things like hot drinks, but he has said Absolutely not. He has been through the day taking videos of the progress that he made through the day, really, including conversations he ended up having with negotiators. But now we can see that he is now waving that flag up in the air as that cherry picker has reached the ground. There are a number of emergency service personnel standing around him.
So good. Bro. Hold on. She didn't even have a coat, bro. Yes, you can't really see it in this photo, but he was definitely barefoot. Oh, here you can see it. Have they identified him yet? But what's annoying is all the pictures are up close. I want to see a picture of him on it, like far away. Like, that's amazing. What? That's amazing. Like, but why aren't any of the pictures far away, bro?
What'd you say?
I don't know what language that is, but
one is deeper than a song. It's a screaming from the top of my lungs. Pledge allegiance to the Palestinian people. We forgot what is love. Hit your children fleeing from the bombs.
okay.
Drop from above. Put your freedom in a box. Looks like I'm dreaming, but I'm not. Reality is even worse than any dream can conjure up. It's like every other month we have to see another massacre. There's thousands on the bubble crop. The death toll still unknown, but just know every day the numbers going up and up.
I love that the crane. You can see like the crane in the background. Lamau. Oh, my dog is barking again. Yarman! Yarman! All right, let's see. Blakely dog voice reveal. I talk to my dogs constantly on stream. Constantly. Yeah, this is definitely true. This is definitely true. And I think that that is because of the internet, but also because a lot of boomers were indoctrinated by the church into believing that, you know, a part of Christianity is supporting the Israeli regime, which that display pic was a jump scare. It's pretty funny though. Come on, you got to pick a profile picture. Look, guys, I can't stand it when people don't have profile pictures at all. Like, all right, if you don't want to use your face, pick like a funny one. Pick a funny one like that, or use your dog or something. I saw somebody say that the other day on Twitter. They said at a certain point in like 100 years from now, nobody's going to remember what JD Vance actually looked like. Yes. Yes. Oh, I was so annoyed when the fact that he posted that video, like complaining about protesters following him or protesting him the other day. And he's like using his kid as a human shield. He's like, you're a piece of shit of a human being if you let if you protest while somebody is a kid. Number one, I hate to be all decorum and shit, but like, you're the vice president of the United States, you dumb motherfucker. Like, at least pretend not to hate the people you're supposed to represent. I don't know. Second of all, you don't get to use your kid as a human shield when you're the vice president of the United States. People protest. Get the fuck over it. But then again, I shouldn't be surprised because he doesn't believe in democracy. He's like, I'm forgetting the guy's name. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Curtis Yarvin. That's what it was. I couldn't remember his name for a second. He is a creation of Peter Thiel and Curtis Yarvin, who don't believe in democracy at all. They believe that basically the United States is going to collapse and we should turn it into a bunch of little mini fiefdoms, little network states run by corporations and oligarchs. So that's what JD Vance believes. So honestly, it's not really a surprise that he's offended that protesters stopped him in the street, despite the fact that this is a democracy. This is allegedly a democracy, and he's the vice president of the United States. Him getting offended that he stopped in the street by protesters, which is a very American tradition, just as a reminder that he actually doesn't believe in democracy and wants us to be ruled by technocratic fascists when the United States collapses. I also love him trying to be cool. Like, he's so lame and he tries to be cool. Like, you're a piece of shit. Yeah. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up. I like that that cat meme on, not meme, the little emote on Twitch. It's cute. It's a cute thing. Well, this is how it goes today. I do the first 2 hours on these platforms, and then the third hour is on Rumble only. And then tonight I'm going on Do Dissident Show at 8:45. But obviously you don't have to whatever go to that, but you should subscribe to my Rumble, which, like I said, I'll be doing in the last part of this. So in the next hour, we'll be on Rumble. Which I am very excited about. I'm excited about too, because as I continue to build my Rumble, I hope that it can start to rival YouTube. Eventually. At least you can do super chats on Rumble, unlike YouTube right now. Fucking YouTube. Where are the lawsuits?
Danger, I'm telling you this. You come towards me, you're putting me in danger. And I told you, if you come towards me, I have no choice other than to climb higher, because you're the one, listen, you're the ones putting me in danger. I'm telling you this. You come towards me, you're putting me in danger. And I told you, if you come towards me, I have no choice other than to climb higher, because I'm not ready to come down. You're the one.
I wonder how long they were up there with the crane before, like, I wonder how long they were up there with the crane before he finally agreed to get down. Oh, I'm going to have to listen to this later. The crane was there for hours. That's crazy. Yeah, 100%. Yes, totally. I mean, I don't know if I would go so far as to call it base, but as far as like right now goes, they're one of the few platforms that don't censor. So you can say whatever you want on there, really, and they're not going to censor you. And yeah, so I can be even less censored there. And there you can, because they don't censor, you can do things like give super chats to creators like you would give super chats on YouTube, but YouTube took that ability away from everyone they demonetize. And that isn't the case on Rumble, which is good. My hope is that more people on the left join Rumble. A lot of people on the left didn't want to go to Rumble because they were like, oh, it's a right-wing platform. But it's like, well, yeah, it's a right-wing platform because all the right-wingers went to it when they felt like they were getting censored. Well, a bunch of people on the left have been censored. So yeah, it's mostly right-wingers right now until it's not. Like, more people from the left need to go over there and make it so that it's not. Like, also the Majority Report and like Kyle Kalensky and all those shows, they should stream their shows there too. I don't know why they don't. That too. And YouTube is really strict on that. No, I do like Twitch. I'm streaming on Twitch. I finally just became a Twitch affiliate. The only thing is about Twitch is that it's not really like a video platform where you can like upload videos and stuff. It's mostly only live streaming. Whereas like you can upload videos on YouTube and shit. Who has a deal with YouTube? Oh, you're saying some of the other people have like exclusive deals so they can't go to Rumble? I can't stand Tim Pool. Seriously, he's such a little bitch. Oh, Kyle does. Okay. I didn't know that. Live streaming. Yeah, also, I'm hoping that Rumble eventually isn't as clunky as it is. I feel like it's like very kind of like clunky, but I understand why. They don't have as much money. They haven't been around as long. Like YouTube used to be kind of clunky and shitty, and it's obviously gotten way better. YouTube is also a fucking monopoly, which is bullshit, which is why they shouldn't be allowed to demonetize people like that or ruin people's accounts. Like, you shouldn't get to do that when you're a fucking monopoly. How do you think free speech should go? Like, should a newspaper like Dear Stern be allowed? What is Der Sturmer? I don't even know what that is. I'll look it up. What is Der Sturmer? Wait, it's in Germany? It's a German tabloid that ceased publication in 1945. What was it, like a Nazi paper? Also, Germany doesn't have a First Amendment. What's on the 21st of March? What? Somebody said the 21st of March. What is on the 21st of March? Oh, it's so sad. I can tell that my dog knows that my husband, whenever my husband goes out, like seriously, whenever he goes out, he's always, I'm so tired of this argument from these morons. They always get really anxious. Hamas squandered the money it was given on terrorism, but peace will only come when Palestinians have the same human rights as the Israelis. I'm so tired of this argument because people love to pretend. They love to pretend, like Pierce, but do you condemn Hamas, Morgan, as though the Israeli regime doesn't occupy the Palestinians. Like they don't live under an occupation. Oh, next Monday is St. Patrick's Day. Right. And I'm Irish, so na. Hello, laddie. I don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day, though. It basically is just alcoholism, basically. And since I'm sober, there's really nothing for me to do. Right. And they always ignore the fact that they occupy them. Like you'll see more on Zionists be like, well, it's not their responsibility to give them food and water. When in any war do you supply your enemy with food and water? It's like, well, the part that they always leave out, this was part of what I was talking about yesterday in my Chris Cuomo video. They always leave the small but pretty important detail, the little, very small detail of the fact that they're fucking occupied. They're fucking occupied. Why should they have to supply their enemy with food and water? Because you're occupying them. You don't want to supply them with food and water? Stop fucking occupying them then. Stop fucking occupying them then. End the fucking occupation. End the blockade on Gaza. End the fucking occupation. Like, that's why. That's why. Like, I can't. I know. They're such fucking liars. This is what they mean by ceasefire. Have you seen the Ziteo debate? No, I don't think so. Is it free for everybody to see? Because I feel like he usually paywalls everything, so you can't see. I kind of wanted to see it, but I know that's why it's so maddening. Oh, if somebody puts it in the Twitch chat, I might be able to pull it up. Oh, I see. The cover, though. Hamas! Hamas! Oh, it's so funny. You know what? I'm going to save this for when we switch to Rumble, okay? Let's watch this.
That's the worst argument you've ever made in all the time I've made. I'll tell you why. Vladimir Putin could have erased everyone in Ukraine with a nuke.
No, it's not Israel's policy to target civilians. Israel has gone out of their way.
First of all, lies and rubbish. And why is he screaming in his face like a Karen? But also, like, I also like, it was like, they have the same talking points, bro, over and over and over and over again. It's the same fucking talking points, bro. Israel doesn't target civilians. Yes, they do. Israel doesn't owe them food and water. Okay, then stop occupying them. Like, it's the same shit over and over and over again. Yeah, thanks for flagging that. Who was it that flagged that? Saul? No, Akil. Thank you for flagging that. We'll do this in the last hour, just in case. Just to be safe. We'll do it on Rumble only. I really enjoyed you on Colonial Outcast. Thank you. Yes, I am. I'm going to thank you. I had a lot of fun on Colonial Outcast. They're really cool. That was fun. But you planning on sorry, I lost my train of thought. I need more coffee. Yes, I am planning on do dissidents tonight. I'm going on at 8:45. And I'm glad you enjoyed me on Colonial Outcast. In fact, all of you guys telling me that you enjoyed me on Colonial Outcast, which I very much appreciate. I really do. You should put that in their comments because it definitely helps when people, like when I'm on podcasts and people put in the comments that they liked having me on, it helps. So thank you. Exactly. They want to be able to be occupiers without any like ramifications of their actions. It's the same fucking talking points over and over and over and over again. They have not updated their Hasbara. They have not updated their fucking propaganda sheet in a very long time because it's like, where the fuck are you? Yes, it is your responsibility to allow them to have food and electricity and water if you are occupying them. You don't want to provide that? Stop the occupation. Like, I'm so tired of these morons. All right, well, I have this bookmark so we can go back to it. Why is Tammy Lauren obsessed with Jasmine Crockett? Like, and you know what's insane? She's just mad that she's black and talks with AAVE. Like, seriously, Tammy Lauren gets so mad that Jasmine Crockett talks the way she talks. It's like so embarrassing. We get it, Tammy. You're racist. We get it. You're a white supremacist. You know what really didn't make a lot of news that should have? Again, where's this energy for Netanyahu, bro? We never got a thank you for, I like how they're like, Zelensky never said thank you. And then, what's his face? JD Vance is like, twank you. You never said twank you. When it's like, bitch, where is the energy for Netanyahu when it comes to not saying thank you for funding? Excuse me. Excuse me. We've never gotten a thank you from him. In fact, we had that evil piece of shit come to our soil and speak to our Congress and criticize our country and our people and our protests and our activists on our soil while demanding money. Okay? This welfare bitch came and demanded money while criticizing our country. So no, you don't get cookies. I'm sorry. You do not get cookies. You do not get cookies for criticizing fucking Zelensky for being ungrateful when you don't have the balls to say it to Netanyahu. Get the balls to say it to Netanyahu and then we'll talk. Also, this is a side note, but this was another thing that annoyed the shit out of me. Was first of all, I love Kennedy fucking posing with Rick Scott, the guy who committed the largest Medicare fraud fucking ever. Okay, ever. And it's like, thank you, Senator Scott, for your commitment to Maha. You mean stealing money from Medicaid? Medicare? You mean like that? Like, oh, I'm not even on the embarrassing. I'm not even on the thing. Like, you mean the commitment to that? Seriously, how embarrassing. Thank you, Rick Scott, for your commitment to Maha from the guy that committed the largest Medicare fraud ever. And what really pisses me off is that this is another example of how, like, you can be a full ass fucking criminal in this country and get rewarded for it. You just can't be a criminal if you're poor, basically. If you're like, is there a ghost in my house or a bad guy? I feel like I just heard footsteps. Anyway, if you are a criminal in this country, we have it totally legalized so long as you're rich or a corporation. Because if you're poor and you commit a crime, you're going to fucking jail. But if you're rich and you commit white-collar crime, if you're a corporation and you're this guy and you commit the largest Medicare fraud in history, you not only get a golden parachute and millions of dollars after you committed said fraud, you get to be a senator. Like, that's what a joke this system is. This system is a joke. Rule of law, Lamau. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired of this op. This Insurrection Barbie account who is like a full fucking op. Like all this account does is tweet on behalf of the Israeli regime. That's all they do. They just tweet on behalf of the Israeli regime all day, every day. Literally, all they do is tweet about the Israeli regime. It's such an op. And my favorite is the fact that these people always are behind Patriot accounts. Like, she calls herself Insurrection Barbie and her handle is Defiantly Free. They love hiding behind like Patriot accounts as they do propaganda for the Israeli regime. Like, this person is on the Israeli regime's payroll. I am sure of it. I am sure of it.
Tell us about that. Do you understand why Netanyahu, Dermer, others might be upset? Axios' reporter Barak Ravid is reporting the top Israeli official, Ron Dermer, strongly discouraged you from talking directly with Hamas. He said it was a tense phone call. Tell us about that. Do you understand why Netanyahu, Dermer, others might be upset?
I do understand.
I like how Tapper Jake is supposed to be a journalist. He's not. He's a Zionist propagandist. But I just love the framing of that question. Instead of being a journalist and encouraging talks between everybody, because that's how you fucking deal with shit as an adult. We're not children. Okay? We're not children. It's not fucking, oh, we don't negotiate with terrorists. It's like, grow up. Grow up. You negotiate with your enemies, bitch. You don't negotiate just with your besties. You negotiate with your enemies. So the fact that Tapper Jake is framing it this way, they're like, do you understand why Netanyahu is upset that you maybe negotiate when you're the envoy? You're the envoy. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He's the envoy, the hostage envoy. He should be talking to them. Aren't you a journalist? Oh my gosh, I can't.
I spoke with Ron, and I'm sympathetic. He has someone that he doesn't know well, making direct contact with Hamas. Maybe I would see them and say, look, they don't have horns growing out of their head. They're actually guys like us. They're pretty nice guys. So he doesn't know me, and there are big stakes. He lives in a country where if it sets certain precedents, then it will hurt or help a lot of other people. So I understand the consternation and the concern, and I wasn't upset. At the same time, we're the United States. We're not an agent of Israel. We have specific interests at play, and we did communicate back and forth.
Damn. 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 I'm genuinely surprised that that guy said that. That's a cute emote. He would never. Wow, I gotta run that back. No, I was gonna go over the Sam Cedar thing on Jubilee today, but to be honest, the person in chat who had, let's say, very, very strong feelings about it and kind of had a reaction. So I decided that, you know, I'm already having a really stressful day, and I'm already having a very, very stressful day. So I just really don't want to deal with more stress, more unnecessary stress. And this person was having a lot of feelings about the idea of going over that Jubilee video. So I decided maybe we'll go over the Mehdi Hassan debate instead, and also make fun of this. No, I know we are. But it was still nice to hear somebody say that. I don't know if I've ever heard somebody say that.
Specific interests at play, and we did communicate back and forth. We had very specific parameters by which we felt.
I'm not saying I'll never go over it. Maybe we'll do the Sam Cedar thing next week. I don't know. I'm not saying I'll never go over it. I'm just saying that today there was just a lot of strong feelings, and I just really don't have the energy to go back and forth all day, the entire stream. So maybe another day.
And the reality is, what I wanted to do is jumpstart some negotiations that were in a very fragile place. And I wanted to say to Hamas, what is the end game that you want here? Not the dream end game, but what do you think is realistic?
Right. And again,
because
the actual idea that we're even having this conversation, this guy's having to explain himself, is absurd. Of course they have to negotiate with Hamas. Of course they do. Hamas are the ones that have the hostages. Like, this idea that you're not going to negotiate with them, like, but I'm glad that this guy said this, and I'm glad that he said, like, this isn't just like, I don't give, I mean, obviously he's not saying this. I'm saying I don't give a fuck if this offends Israel. I don't give a fuck. Like, as he said, we're not working, or we shouldn't be working on behalf of them. We have our own interests. I got to hear that one more time because it was very cathartic to hear.
We had very specific parameters by which we fell. And the reality is, what I wanted to do is jumpstart some negotiations that were in a very fragile place. And I wanted to say to Hamas, what is the end game that you, they don't have horns growing out of their head. They're actually guys like us. They're pretty nice guys. So he doesn't know me, and there are big stakes. He lives in a country where if it sets certain precedents, then it will hurt or help a lot of other people. So I understand the consternation and the concern, and I wasn't upset. At the same time, we're the United States. We're not an agent of Israel. We have specific interests at play. And we did communicate back and forth. We had very specific parameters by which we fell. And the reality is, what I wanted to do is jumpstart some negotiations that were in a very fragile place.
Bro, you know what I want to do? Okay, if I can ever figure out how to create sounds for Twitch, like if I can ever figure out how to create sounds for Twitch or get my soundboard, I want to make one of the alerts. I want to make the alerts. I want to make that one of the alerts. We're the United States. We're not an agent of Israel. I want to make that an alert. No, I don't use Streamlabs. It's too complicated. I'm overwhelmed. Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs is so complex. I'm like overwhelmed. I think I first started trying to use Streamlabs when I first started to try to use Twitch, and I was so overwhelmed by it. It was so complicated. I just like stopped using Twitch. I like StreamYard. StreamYard is what I use because it's very simple and very user friendly. Wait, I saw some streamers having problems and they said you have to disconnect whatever stream thing you use and reconnect it to Twitch. Oh, maybe I have to disconnect StreamYard from Twitch and reconnect it. Right. No, that's good to know. I'll try that later. I want to make that a sound. We're the United States. We're not an agent of Israel.
And I wanted to say to Hamas, what is the end game that you want
What?
here? Not the dream end game, but what do you think is realistic at this point? Because until we know that, it's very hard to reach some sort of truce or some sort of end to hostility. So in the end, I think...
Yeah, the reason for that is, which I feel like a lot of people, especially in our media, don't acknowledge, is because they don't want to end it. That's the point. They get mad at the idea of negotiating with them for the hostages because the Israelis do not want to end this. They like it going like this. They like it in a stalemate. They like it not working because they don't want to end the occupation, the genocide of the Palestinians. That's why.
It was a very helpful meeting. It was very helpful to hear some back and forth. But I think Israel knows walking out of that, you know, it's not like Hamas got the world because I thought they were a bunch of nice guys.
Right. How quickly could something come together in terms of this negotiation?
He's all mad.
I think something.
He's all upset. Tapper
will say,
what do you
hear,
mean?
some back and forth. But I think Israel knows walking out of that, you know, it's not like Hamas got the world because I thought they were a bunch of nice guys.
Right. How quickly could something come together in terms of this negotiation?
I think something could come together within weeks. I will say that I believe there is enough there to make a deal between what Hamas wants and what they've accepted, and what Israel wants and it's accepted. And I think I think there is a deal where they can get all of the prisoners out, not just the Americans.
You know what's amazing too? Sorry. I just realized that I hadn't cleaned my espresso thingy to make espresso. Okay, but what I love about that though is that he's like, this deal might be able to help so that we can release all the hostages, not just the American ones. And the Israeli regime is like, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care. Because they don't care. They don't give a fuck about their hostages. This guy is the hostage envoy. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Now, are you guys ready for me to show you my brown sugar almond milk shaken espresso? Watch and learn, they said. Okay. So, not that anyone asked, but I am making a brown sugar shaken espresso. I was so sad yesterday. I bought myself a latte from this very kind of expensive espresso place called Designer Collab. And I was really excited about it. It was like a maple cinnamon latte. And I was like with oat milk and I was drinking. It was like, oh my gosh, it was so good. I was so psyched. And then I knocked it over and spilled it all. It was very sad. Anyway. Yes. So, I just like half and half in coffee. So yeah, you put this in here. Now, I am going to, you know what I'm saying? I still have all my Bernie shit because I loved Bernie Sanders so much. I need to like sell it, figure out where I can sell it. I still have this. Maybe my Bernie mug. I have like a bunch of Bernie mugs. I have so many Bernie sweaters, Bernie merch, Bernie stickers, Bernie pins from 2020 and 2016. Bernie sweat. Like, I'm like, what do I even do with all of this now? Now, what I don't even really understand about my own espresso maker is like the pressure thing. Like the little dial isn't supposed to go past a certain point. So, from my understanding, the way that you make shake an espresso is first you make the espresso, then you put the brown sugar in the espresso while it's still hot. I like. Funny. All right, so I poured a double shot, but it kind of looks like a quad. It's at least like a decent amount. Then you take 1 teaspoon of sugar, brown sugar, and you put it in the hot espresso, okay? Then pour some sugar on me. Okay. Then you take one of these. I hate that noise. I don't think this is not bad. Okay. So then you take the almond milk and you pour it in here with the cup. Okay. Okay. Gonna take out my beautiful Palestine cup I got from TikTok. Look at that. Gorge. Okay. My glass. How many? Okay. Then you put your ice in here. Okay. You pour the espresso over it. Okay. Yeah. Can't get it off. Watch and learn. Pretty good. Maybe I should have added a little bit more espresso. You know what I like? I like to be able to taste the espresso. You know what I mean? Because I love the taste of espresso. So I like to be able to like taste the espresso. Pretty good though. It's still pretty good. Even if it's not as espresso-y as I would have liked it. Pour the rest of my coffee in there for my old coffee. Guys, I'm excited too because my sisters are going to come and visit me, which I'm excited about. Oh yeah, let me make a note of that. Thank you for reminding me. Work on disconnect StreamYard from Twitch and reconnect to see if I can get the notifications to work. Ramadan Kareem, everybody. Don't these look good? They do. They do look good. You should try fasting. Have you ever tried it? No, and I honestly, I have no interest in doing it. Sometimes my family fasts. They do Christian. My family are Christians, and they'll do fasts for days at a time, a month, 3 weeks. My sister did one for like almost a month one time. I was like, nah. They said that God made them feel called to do it. I was like, well, good for you, but I do not feel called to fast. No. Yeah, same way. Atypical logic. I'm the same. Like my blood sugar crashing like that. Nah. Mm-mm. Hold on. I gotta pee. Oh my gosh. Laura Loomer fighting with Candace Owens over Zionism is fun. Watching them fight has been pretty funny. But also, like, Laura Loomer's so full of shit because she will talk about how, you know, she hates cancel culture and is all about free speech. But then she's like, yeah, I'm a Zionist. Actually, everything is the fault of radical Islam. Which, like, honestly, LOL. First of all, what's happening in Syria, none of them seem to understand that, like, the CIA is deeply involved in this, and so is the Israeli regime. Basically, what I've learned is that Muslims and Islam gets blamed constantly for shit that the Israelis want to do, and America. and things that the CIA wanted to do, our government wanted to do, and what the Israeli regime wanted to do. And Muslims and Islam get blamed for that. Like, it's so embarrassing. So when she's doing this, oh, it's radical Islam, it's Muslims, it's this, it's that. It's like, bro, you're literally, I've been a lifelong conservative. I want an immigration moratorium. She wants to deport all of illegal aliens, which aliens also is such, I know they do it because they want to disparage undocumented immigrants, but aliens is just a really stupid term. I don't know why we're using it. But also, you are by definition America last if you're a Zionist. Okay, these two things do not go together, bro. You cannot be a Zionist and America first. That's not a thing. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. But like, them always trying to blame Islam for everything is so, it's not only wrong, they're blaming Islam and Muslims for things that the Israelis or the Americans are responsible for, but also it's so outdated. It's so outdated. It really is. It's all of her tweets attacking Muslims recently or trying to blame them for what's happening in Syria. It's giving George W. Bush. It's giving 2003 with weapons of mass destruction. It's giving Muslim hysteria post 9/11. We're moving on. We know that that's not true. We know the truth. Okay? I'm going to need them to move past this, okay? Cringe. The way that some people will just do anything for money. I'm just not willing. I'm just not willing. And I get people needing money. You know, it's hard out there. It really is hard out there. It's hard being an American and struggling in this economy. Although I know that sounds really tone deaf because it's not like we're in fucking Palestine where they like literally don't have anything and we're very privileged here. But like, you know what I mean? Like, it's still difficult living under the capitalist boot of the oligarchs here in the United States, especially if you're not rich. So I get that people are stressed and they're struggling and people need money. But man, some people will really do anything for money. Will do anything for, they'll lie like it. That reminds me of this video that this guy shared that actually before we leave, I'm going to be switching over to Rumble soon, but we can start this video because I got to pee anyway. And this is really good. Speaking of people that will do anything for money, there were a lot of Zionist organizations that reached out to content creators after all of this. First of all, they're putting a lot of new money in their Hasbara this year. Like, I read an article where they were talking about how they were going to be like, I read an article talking about how they were actually going to be able to, they were going to be like putting even more money into their propaganda this year to help Israel's image. Okay. Help Israel's image. And they were offering big money to influencers in order to do propaganda on behalf of the Israeli regime. Like I said, I understand that people need money, okay, and that it's hard out here, but some people are really willing to do anything for money. And to me, there's no excuse for doing something incredibly evil for money. Like, if you want to embarrass yourself and pander, do whatever for money, okay. But when you're shilling for and on behalf of a regime that's literally genociding people, yes, that is shameful, and you shouldn't do it. And don't tell me that people don't know what they're doing. People know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're signing up for when they take these checks. Okay? So this guy wrote, jokes aside, I've genuinely been offered thousands of dollars to lie on behalf of the IOF on my X account multiple times. I documented it publicly when it happened. They bombed unarmed teams walking and asked a few of us to say that it wasn't a bomb from the IDF, but an IED that they were holding that accidentally went off. They wanted us to falsely label innocent civilians as Hamas terrorists, which is literally, they don't even have a new playbook, like for real, for real. They don't even get a new playbook. It's the same shit all the time. Oh, we bombed them. Oh, it was an IED. Oh, who'd you kill? It was Hamas. Like, it's the same shit over and over again. Quite a few of my colleagues shared the info willingly, even after I flagged that it was false. This was not the first time that I was offered money to create propaganda for Israel. A lot of organizations on the right are taking their dollars and are bought and paid for. For those of us who worked inside and know the game, it's not even a secret. Funny how they all accuse you of what they're doing. Yes, because when it comes to Zionism, literally every accusation is a confession. Literally, every accusation is a confession. And yeah, some people are willing to sell their souls because the Zionists will pay big money. But I mean, I don't know how people sleep at night. I get, like, you know, I don't know, somebody wants to hawk some lipstick, or, you know, I know that people do ad reads and stuff for like cell phone companies or whatever. Like, okay, all right, you're doing an ad read for dog food. Okay, you know, I get it. People have to pay their bills, right? I don't even oppose that. Honestly, if YouTube or some other company offered me like a brand deal to like that wasn't connected to Israel, I would do it if it was something I actually liked. I'll never do anything I don't actually like because I don't believe in false advertising and lying to people and making them think that a product is good if it's not. But if there's like a product that's actually good, I have no problem like promoting it, right? And getting paid for it. I don't think that that's wrong in and of itself. What I think is wrong is deceptive advertising and promoting shit that you don't really believe. And also doing propaganda for a genocidal regime that is literally murdering people. How do you sleep? How do you sleep? Yes, thank you. All right, let's watch this.
Minorities for a reason for judges and magistrates to lessen sentencing and avoid jail time. This just happened in the UK. They've been doing it for decades, but they codified it into law that you are less likely to receive jail time if your skin's brown. And a lot of us go, you know, it's interesting. Why would... Good news, everybody. I just got off the phone with the Qatari royal government, and they deposited the check into my account. I say the checks. I'm talking about like the check that we're all getting.
Bro, every accusation is a confession, literally. Every accusation is a confession. Every fucking time. Literally no one is getting money from the Qatari government. Literally no one. But they always say that because they all get paid. Most people who are advocates against Israel are broke. Like, they're not rich. And if they are, which is rare, they're usually getting money from a totally different source, like a corporation. Like, they always accuse Mehdi Hassan of getting money from Qatar, which he doesn't. He gets money from his own company, used to be paid by MSDNC, and now gets paid from his own company in YouTube. Like, they just lie. Every fucking accusation is a confession with these clowns.
So that we are honest about foreign occupation in the American government. It has to be money, right? We have to be doing this for money. It couldn't be the fact that, you know, we have eyes and we're looking at countries like our own countries, maybe the entirety of Western Europe, what's going on in Vancouver, Toronto, what's happening in Melbourne and Sydney, even what's happening in Auckland and in our own borders here in South Florida, and going, hey, maybe our countries are not working for us because the people that are working for us are working for somebody else. That's a very fair question that I think a lot of us have on our minds. Who is our government working for? Well, I have a suggestion perhaps on who it could be. The very honest individual known as Avi Yemeni of Rebel News. You know, Rebel News, unbiased, pro-Western Canadian news that unfortunately cares a little more about a foreign country outside of the West than they do about their own. But we'll give him that, right? Avi Yemeni, who's an Australian journalist, retweets American political media. Wow, he must really care about the West, shouldn't he? Avi Yemeni says, he retweets Secretary Rubio, who said those who support designated terrorist organizations, including Hamas, threaten our national security. The United States has zero tolerance for foreign visitors who support terrorists. Violators of the U.S. law, including international students, face visa denial, revocation, and deportation. That's how it's done, Marco Rubio. Yes, yes. You know, but then people like me sit around, and let's just say I wasn't getting money from Qatar, because I am, right? We all are. And that's how you can sleep at night, because you know that we're not thinking, we're not seeing, and we're not noticing. We're just getting paid to say this stuff. But since we can push that easy assumption aside, and we know that that's true, let's assume it wasn't, right? When the Secretary of State says that the United States has zero tolerance for those who support terrorists, that this is hurting our national security, really? We have a Hamas problem in the United States? It's interesting that it's been decades. In fact, since
that's how I know for a fact, okay, that insurrection Barbie clown is getting paid by the Israeli regime. Not only because that's all she talks about, like literally it's all she tweets about. And like I said, it's always a red flag whenever you see someone who has the overly patriotic profile, but all they do is defend Israel. Like if you see somebody that has like an overly patriotic profile, like that guy on Twitter too, Gunther Eagleman, but all they do is talk about Israel, getting paid by the Israeli regime, okay? And then, so they're getting paid by the Israeli regime. They're obviously an op, and they'll say stupid shit like we have to worry about jihad in the West. This is so fucking stupid. This is so fucking stupid. Hamas, jihad, Islam is not a threat to the West. It's not. And again, 2003 wants its talking points back. Anybody who goes off about the West and Western values and Judeo-Christian values is an op. Because first of all, the Israeli regime doesn't share values with the West. Okay, if we even had any. What are our values? Starving people to death? Capitalism? Like, what are they? Bombing people? Our values are bombing people. Surely is not democracy and freedom. Okay? So what are these alleged values, number one? But number two, what values do we share with the fucking Israeli regime, okay? No thanks. No thanks. Yeah, so have your antennas go up every time you hear anybody talk about Judeo-Christian values or the West or talking about some fucking nonsense like, oh, you guys, we got to really be worried because they're going to pass their Sharia law is coming to Texas. Get the fuck out of here. It's so embarrassing. Okay, but continue.
I mean, we won World War II, but we've lost pretty much everything: our culture, our dignity, our civility, our safety, the core values of our country, our faith.
Yeah, it's time to stop talking about World War II when we haven't won a war since then. That was 80 fucking years ago, bro. Like, I'm not saying he's saying that, but like people who bring up World War II, yeah, we haven't won a war in a very long time, okay? Basically, we have a war economy where all we do is go to war now in order to prop up the military-industrial complex. Like, that's pretty much it.
Our cohesion, our peace, right? But we won World War II. Don't ever question that one. Don't ever question that one, because then you won't get an invite to Daily Wire. And God knows that that's what you need. The truth be damned, you got to get on Daily Wire. That's what you got to get on. Every time I wake up, I just go, damn, I just wish I was on Daily Wire. I want to hear Ben Shapiro serenade my ears with his grady, grubby voice. Ah, did you wake up late today? Imagine if he was your roommate. Did you wake up late today? I've been up since 6 a.m. Do you know the early bird gets the worm? I'm the early bird. Do you get it? Because the early bird gets the worm, and the worm is money, and I got money. I got lots of it. You know about that? Anyway, I like Ben Shapiro a lot, as you can see. I love him, actually. If he was gay, I would marry him. But unfortunately, he's just rich. The Secretary Rubio was like, oh, we're going to kick you guys out. Well, I'm a white guy. And I looked around, I'm like, wait, the United States is a serious anti-white problem. It's got a severe anti-white problem. In fact, I would say that the American system is generally just anti-white. In fact, most Western countries, including the United Kingdom, just passed laws.
He's joking, right? I don't honestly know who this guy is. So, I'm not sure if, because I'm not really familiar with this guy, I'm not really sure if he's being serious or if he's joking. But if he's being serious, that's really embarrassing. Yeah, it's really embarrassing. No, the West is not anti-white. That's so fucking stupid.
Giving privilege to minorities for a reason for judges and magistrates to lessen sentencing and avoid jail time. This just happened in the UK. They've been doing it for decades, but they codified it into law that you are less likely to receive jail time if your skin's brown. And a lot of us go, it's interesting. Why would our own home countries, with our own people, codify and create laws, fight wars that don't benefit us? When North Carolina is in shambles still from the hurricanes, when vets are homeless, why are we talking about ending foreign aid, but we're still sending $4 billion?
Right, but another thing that the right wing always does, I don't know if this guy falls in that camp, is the right wing always goes, where's that meme? They're like, we need the money for here at home. And then when you're like, okay, let's use the money here at home, they're like, no. No, I'm sorry. I also have to, wait, how do I add another screen? Aw, bummer. You can't upload photos to share. I wanted to share this photo. Oh, wait, maybe I can. Where is it? I am happy. Sorry, guys. I'm looking for this. Here it is. Can you guys see it? Okay, yeah, it's showing. This is what it reminds me of. Whenever right-wingers go, and like I said, I don't even know who this guy is. But whenever right-wingers go, we need the money here at home, stop funding the wars, then you'll be like, okay, can we use the money to help protect people here and not cut Medicaid or Medicare and not, and maybe we could house the homeless. Maybe we could actually help people get housed. They're like, fuck off. And it reminded me of when all of them were virtue signaling the other day about them not standing for the kid who had brain cancer. And they're like, you better stand up and cheer. They're like pearl clutching the kids, like, please don't cut funding. Fuck off. No, it literally every fucking time. Every fucking time. All right, sorry. It just made me think of that. Because anytime you ask a conservative when they go, we need the money here at home, you'll go, okay, so why don't we spend the money here at home? And you'll start naming things and they'll go, no. No.
$12 billion just in this package to a little tiny country in the middle of the East. It's not a Western nation. It doesn't share our faith. That they are anti-Jesus Christ. They don't share Western values. And they're a democracy. They're a democracy. I like how Netanyahu handled the COVID crisis. That was real democratic. Oh, but Australia handled it poorly too. Bingo. Because what is Australia concerned about? Australia is holding an anti-Semitism summit. They're holding a giant anti-Semitism summit. Every party is joining, and collectively they're now all building a giant Holocaust memorial museum in Perth. If you don't know about Australia, Australia is a big landmass in the southern hemisphere. It's its own continent, but it's near Asia. And Perth is on the west side of it, which means it's the furthest city possibly on Earth away from the Middle East. And they're building a Holocaust museum. And that's a good thing, because in fact, I don't just want Holocaust museums in Perth. I want Holocaust museums in Africa too. And I also want there to be Holocaust museums inside of Holocaust museums, so that you go to one Holocaust museum and it's what really happened, but then you go into the second one and it's what could have happened. So then, like, you have quotes from Charlie Kirk. It could have been 8 million, 10 million, 50 million. What would have happened if 50 million people were killed in the Holocaust? I like that. I don't really want to talk about history. I want to talk about how bad it could have been, so that I have more guilt and more shame, and I'm not allowed to question why my countries don't serve me. And then I want to teach it to my kids and their children. But ultimately, the reason why I'm not going to do that is because I'm taking money from Qatar. And James Lindsay says, now you see I wasn't so crazy. James, what? You guys are all just more insane looking. Because this entire time we've just been taking money from Qatar. And you're correct. It is such a weird situation that people don't think that white people are allowed to notice things. And that we're not allowed to have a collective and core identity. And that we're not allowed to have our own nations and our own culture and our own future. And it's not just white people that are noticing.
First of all, nobody's saying that white people can't have their own nations. White people do have their own nations. Yeah, a lot of white people do have their own nations. Like most countries in Europe that are like Russia is mostly white. I know that there are some Muslims in Russia, but like for the most part, it's white. There are a lot of countries that are mostly white. Who gives it? Like, honestly, I don't even understand. Like, Germany is mostly white. Like, I know that some. Wait, what did I miss? Appreciate what? That's socialism. Yeah, but it's really stupid. It's really stupid to say like a white country, but also like, so like if you really want to live in a singular white country, go move to like fucking Switzerland or some shit. I think most people in Switzerland are white. I don't want to live in an all white country. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. First of all, white is not an ethnicity. It's a race. Okay? So it's just stupid. What do you mean white people have their own culture? That doesn't make any sense because white is not an ethnicity. And their own states. Also, I don't believe in ethno-states. Okay? I'm not a fan. One of the things I like about living in America is that it's a very racially diverse here. It is very racially diverse. Even though we have a lot of issues with racism in this country, it's also very racially diverse. And I like that. I like living in a racially diverse city. I like living in a racially diverse country. If you don't like that, go move somewhere else. Go live in Britain where the food is really gross. No offense, Britain. I love you guys, but that food does not look good. I like living in a multicultural city. I just talk about missing the fucking point. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, beans and toast, gag. That's disgusting. Sounds like you're anti-white. Are you trolling? I'm not in the mood today, Brian. I'm not having a great day. I'm not in the mood for that. Okay? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to hate on England or the UK. I know the UK actually does have a lot of like really good Indian food, I have heard. My country's 99 point. Okay, so all the white people who don't want to live in a country that isn't diverse, go move to wherever Holy Venom is from. Go move to a country that, I don't know where you live, Holy Venom, but if it's 99.7% white, then I don't, like, if people want to live in a white state, go move to wherever that is. Or just, or if you live in the United States, go live in a state that's mostly white. Go move to Idaho. Go move to Idaho. Live in a mostly white state if that's what you want. Anti-white Lamau. Yeah, for real. For real. For real. I want to live in a free society that makes it so that we're not all crushed by the boot of rich people and corporations. I like diversity. I like being able to know different kinds of people and hear their experiences and have them share their talents and their food and their culture. I think a lot of people don't know how to handle the fact that, like, the church has died, and that used to be a huge thing that people shared together. But that's not our fault. It's the fault of the Christians for being so full of shit they drove people out of the church. Stop driving people out of the church then if you want something to share. Exactly. You know how much cayenne pepper I have in my fucking cabinet? Okay? Are you kidding me? My spice cabinet is separated by cuisine type, okay? My sister helped me organize it, okay? So we got Mexican up here. In this room, there is a list. There is a list. This list in Arabic has Mexican up here. Then I've got Cajun. Then I have Indian and Southeast Asian. Then I have Japanese and Korean. At the very top, I have baking, like pumpkin spice and shit. I guess that's the white part, the pumpkin spice. Then down here, I have Italian. Oh, yeah. And then basically all my favorite spices kept down here. Cayenne, cumin, garlic pepper, shite like that. I like my variety. That's what I'm saying, bro. Be my guest. If people want to live in a real, like, all white country, move to Russia. Move to Russia. Like, I'll see Americans, all embarrassing, sharing these videos of, like, beautiful Russian women. And yes, a lot of women in Eastern European women are gorgeous. They're very beautiful. And they'll be showing all these women, that's like all these, like, beautiful, like, you know, Eastern European women. They'll be like, see, look at how awesome Russia is with all the beautiful white women. It's like, okay, then go move there, Playboy. Go move there and try your luck with those women. Those women who incidentally oftentimes are trying to leave the Eastern European states, trying to find some rich guy in the West. Italian. So I've heard, but unfortunately I quit drinking before I ever got to try foreign beer. Actually, can I be a huge hater for 1 second and show my way that I'm very not liberal? I'm very not leftist. I'm not progressive. I'm not winning with this opinion. It's a very, can I share with you guys one of my very backwards and misogynistic and heteronormative opinions? Yes, but I don't want to trigger anyone because I know that, you know, most of my community is on the left. So I don't want to trigger anyone, but I do have some heteronormative, maybe kind of, I guess you could call conservative, just like hater opinions that are definitely not popular on the left. Okay. All right. Ready for it? I know it is not progressive of me. It is very hater. It's very not progressive, but here it is. I hate when men drink light beer. It's such bitch shit. Why? Bud Light. when the Bud Light boycott happened and you had Kid Rock being like on the Bud Light thing, I'm like, why are you drinking light beer, bitch? That's the question. Put that gun down. I know you're using it to compensate, but why? Why are you drinking light beer like a little hoe? Okay? Why? I never understood. I am a non-binary person, but you guys know that I was born cis woman. I was like 120 pounds and I was drinking only fucking real beer and real cider and hard liquor. You couldn't pay me to drink a light beer. Why? Because there wasn't enough alcohol in it. Well, which is one of the reasons why I gained so much weight. During my period of active alcoholism, I gained a lot of weight because I drank a fuck ton of beer. And I would always drink the real shit because I'm like, why would I drink something where they water it down? I'm fixing to get drunk. I'm trying to get drunk, okay? Bud Light. Get that shit out of my face. Light beer. Fuck out of here. Yeah. So whenever I see a guy drinking Bud Light, I'm always like, wow, you're a little bitch. No, and then I'm like, cringe. That's why I thought it was so funny when all the conservatives were whining about Bud Light and boycotting it because of the trans woman who made the Bud Light video. I'm like, do you realize that you're whining and crying over this trans woman doing a Bud Light commercial when if you're such a big man, if you're such a big tough man, if you're such a Kid Rock, I'm such a badass, la 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 la. If that's you, why are you drinking light beer, pussy? Please. So yes, that is my hater opinion for the day. First of all, Andrew Tate is such a hack, okay? One of the best tweets I ever saw was when he was doing his I'm such a big man, I'm such a tough man shtick. And somebody wrote, calm down. You're like, calm down, big guy. You sell online courses. So true. Like he tries to act like he's this like big guy, but you drink Bud Light, bitch? Please, please. I don't even understand it. It's like how I don't understand why people smoke cigars. Why are you smoking something you can't inhale? I don't understand. And I say this is somebody who smoked for most of my life, been a smoker, and smoked cigarettes because I like to inhale them. Why are you smoking shit you can't inhale? I don't understand. But you know what? Andrew Tate is such a clown. I'm not surprised he drinks bitch beer. Also, yeah, you're not supposed to drink beer. I don't even think, honestly, he's really Muslim. I think he did that to get support when he got arrested. Like as a grift. He doesn't do anything that is like Muslim at all. Yeah, anyway, so I know. Sorry, guys. I know this portion of the stream went longer than I meant it to.
Noticing these things too. I think a lot of black people are noticing it as well. Who destroyed your culture? Who's destroying our society? Obviously, nobody. Nobody's doing it. It's nobody. And anybody who's suggesting that it could be somebody is what? Class? What is it? Exactly. Taking Qatari money. Thank you for coming to my class, ladies and gentlemen. It's been great to see you. This has been another rant. If you like this rant, remember I have a podcast Tuesdays and Thursdays on Rumble. It's called
I actually don't like this rant. I was hoping he basically made it more about like the West and things being anti-white instead of being what I thought it was going to be about, which was because this was a good tweet. This tweet calling out the Israeli lobby for literally paying people to lie. I thought that's what it was going to be about, but it wasn't about that. So anyway, we're switching to Rumble now. Thank you guys all for coming. When I switch to Rumble, we're going to do the last hour there, which we will be going over the Mehdi Hassan debate on Hamas and Israel. So yeah, join us over there. And anybody who's not, thank you for being here. I love you all. Free Palestine. Make sure you join the Discord. Okay, make sure you follow me on Rumble. Make sure you join the Discord. Thank you, Boney. And if you are able to, become a patron and support me monthly on Patreon or Ko-fi, whatever. I don't know what it's fucking called. All right. Love you all. See you on Rumble.